Oh, what is going on over there? Okay, is the video fine? All right, looks like it's okay. Hi, this is it, right here. That's what we're working on today. Hello. It's fine. Okay, yeah, because when it first switched over on my remote monitor, I can see from the server it looked like it just stopped. Anyway, today what we're working on is it's still disassembled here, but this is the Sierra, Juki Sierra, I should say, typewriter. Now, this is a, I don't want to say third party. It's not an IBM typewriter, but it uses IBM Selectric type elements, which is unique. As far as I'm aware, there are no other non-IBM typewriters that can use Selectric type elements. So it's really cool, and I'm trying to get it working. The only thing that does not seem to work at this point is a weird advanced mechanism over here that has to do with something that can spin like 2 different directions through a belt movement. I don't know, it's very strange. So that's where we got stuck last time, and I kind of just want to poke around with this some more, because I just barely finished getting the video for this week done, and have had 0 time to think about anything else. So we're gonna just work on that. So that Christmas hat? No, it's just a pink anti-static bag. So yes, that's what we are doing today.
RP subbed as tier 1 and says end of line.
Fnord, thank you for the tier 1 sub there and for 23 months. I appreciate that. I have to go turn off, there's a monitor over the main camera that's just on. Ideally, that would show what that camera sees, but it just doesn't, because this stuff's all terrible. So let me just turn that off. There we go. Okay, why is there a random screw here? I don't like that. Okay. So, okay. So let's just get cracking on with this here. So I can show you guys what this does currently as well. I had to tear apart all of the streaming stuff to film the video, so forgive me, it's just recently set back up. Okay, so, yeah, really, yeah. I don't think Twitch does 4K streaming, so don't complain to me. Of course, not that I could if they did support it, but, you know. All right, so if I turn this on, it whirs to life. This all spins. Okay, that seems pretty good. I can not type because I need to find the plastic spudger. Where did I put one of those? That's a recording drive. That's a grabby jigger. That actually has a specific place that it goes. It's not where I threw it, but if I see it over there, then it's closer and I'll know to put it down over there. Where'd the plastic spudger go? I need that for manually moving the mechanism. Okay, I can just use this for now. So,
Tier 1 and says, end of line.
Chloe, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 10 months there. I appreciate that. Yeah, 4K streaming still in beta. Yeah, I didn't think it was like actually real yet. So what I need to do is move these gears here. There we go. Now we can type and it will work kind of just fine. It should move on its own, but it doesn't always. So the issue is something to do with the tension on the gearing over there not being kept correctly. So that's the issue that I need to solve. And the motion is supposed to be translated somehow from this, and I don't know quite exactly what isn't getting through. So we need to look at something in this area to figure out what's going on here. So that's what the issue is. Would really like to find the plastic spudger first before we get moving on, because I don't want to poke things with the screwdriver there. It's just a bad idea for the plastic gears. So I want something of a similar shore hardness. Let's see, where did I put that? How did I lose track of this? You know, the other annoying thing is I have like 6 of these things. I think the other ones are all in one place though, because I thought that was smart. You know, why make it easy to find them when I can just lose one thing and lose all of them? Okay, where on earth did these go? Oh my gosh, this is driving me nuts now. Huh. All right. Did it fall down? Not that I can see. Well, cool. Okay. Oh, maybe the Majenko? The heat gun was on top of it. Okay, here we go. Now we can continue, and I immediately drop it on the floor. Okay. When you recommended me use the 858D air pencil thing, it got put down on top of this.
We can't even blame the CX for this. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits there. All right. So this is going to be where this gets wonky. So we're going to have to try and figure this thing out here. I'm going to try and... Wait, the white balance is correct. Okay, I have no idea. Shut the drawer. The drawer needs to stay open. Also, out of curiosity, can I spin this fast enough to get the clutch to activate? No. Okay. So this spins, and then once it gets enough inertia, a clutch opens up and then activates this stuff. So, okay. We found out that if you press on this, you'll activate a strike here, but we can always activate the strike. That's not a problem. The problem is getting these gears back here to move, which pulls on this string right here, which then moves this forward. Pushing on this works. Pushing on this works, but we don't know where the source of tension or something that's not like gripping quite correctly is happening here. So that's what we need to figure out today. So never told you to put it somewhere silly. All right. Yeah, so we need to figure that out. I don't know how I want to approach this, because
Apocalypse says CHEER 100. End of line.
APOC, thank you for the 100 bits there. I appreciate that. Imagine it's full of some kind of fluid or oil. No. So it's a, there's something else that we've looked at that had something like this. There's a portion that spins, and then there's springs that pull it down and in. Once it reaches enough speed, it starts to open up, and then it meshes with gears. But it also will open up more if it spins too fast. So it is actually a speed controller. I forget exactly. I swear there's something that we looked at that had one of these. At least I've seen one. But yeah, this is a speed regulator. It's really cool. Actually, if you've ever wondered how one of those like hand crank record players work, it's this. There is a speed regulator inside, and if the motion is spinning too fast, it swings out wider so that some of the inertia is put out. A centrifugal clutch, I could see that. That sounds like it could be the name of it. But yeah, that's how. So some of the energy is used in spreading out those weights on the clutch. And then as it starts to slow down, they come in, and it's the same concept like a ballerina or a ballet dancer. Yeah, I was going to say ice skater. That's the one where they'll bring their arms in to spin faster. So yeah, automatic go-karts use the same kind of exact setup. Interesting. Okay. Huh. But yeah. So yeah, that's what this is behind here. It's almost impossible to see. I don't know if I can get an angle where you guys can see that. I think I saw it when it was upside down, but then the typewriter gets really angry when it's upside down. So I don't know if we can do that again. Maybe we can see it from this angle, because that is really cool. Actually, Wesley is actually right. Yes. A governor. Ah, okay. Yes, a speed governor. That is the term I was looking for, actually, Gadget Blues. Thank you. So it's right behind the power cable here. So what you'll look for is this thing spins, and you see the lumpy stuff inside of it. That will open as this reaches the speed that it needs to, and then the belt down here will start spinning. So you can see, after I turned it off, it contracted. It's really cool. I'm not exactly sure why this needed it, because it's an electric motor. It should kind of spin always at the same speed. I don't believe these electrics have that. I'm pretty sure the belt just goes directly off the AC motor onto the main gear. I don't think there's any kind of governor in there, but yeah. So, all right. Still though, we need to figure out why this is not being translated. So, out of curiosity, can I just like fully manually? No, I cannot. Okay, so this has to be active. So yeah, why does that not move as much as it should? I'm afraid that it's something to do with this gear right here. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. Because this should move to, it's like a whole bunch of stuff. And this should move backwards. It's ridiculous how complicated this thing is. So, yeah. So I want you to like really see this. So we saw this part the last time we worked on this, but if you weren't here, that is return. So if I push, actually, hold on. I'm gonna make this type over. By the way, this is spinning clockwise. This gear rotates counterclockwise on kind of the same shaft. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so if I get the carriage all the way over, hold on, let me push the end stop over as much as I can. Okay, you're not going to be able, oh, you can kind of see the carriage right there. If I press this down, that is the return mechanism. So that's how that works. It's not directly connected to the enter key, though. It's kind of strange. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, I may have just accidentally found something. So we get this all the way over. Actually, let's just use tab. There. Okay. Carriage is all the way over. All right. You had an electric with GPIB. You have no idea how much money I'd be willing to spend on that right now. So, yeah. Does that have a PC interface? No. No, I've never seen a Selectric for sale with a PC interface. The closest I've ever come is I saw one that probably had the solenoids and stuff in it, and it had the umbilical cable coming out of it to connect it to the interface box that would have translated all of the mechanical, electrical stuff into like an actual serial interface or something. But it was at a, I'm gonna be vague because I don't want to start anything. It was at a typewriter sales place. They also do repairs, and they harvested it for the blue keys that were on it. I was very mad. Yes, you sold it a long time back. Out of curiosity, how much did you sell it for? I would really like to know. This thing steam powered seems like it should be, yeah. But yeah, I don't have any bi-directional typewriters. I only have the printer interface on the Smith Corona and the IBM Wheelwriter. Anyway, what I thought was interesting is that this will always try to actuate, and if I push that back, okay, I then can't type. Typing won't do anything. 74. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay, okay. Anyway, I can't type with keys, but I can press the actuation lever here, and then it goes, ha, ha. Didn't know it was rare? Well, I don't know that it's rare. I mean, well, it's pretty rare. I've actually never even heard of one having IEEE 488. So that, yeah, definitely that's rare. Every single issue of Byte is full of ads for Selectric PC conversions. So in theory, I don't think they should be rare, but I've never seen one other than the one I described. And I don't know how desirable they are. So I don't know how that goes in, but I've been trying to get one for years. So, anyway, needless to say, I would have paid $750. I want one bad. Anyway, I don't know why this works, but then keys still don't here. Paid $15 for it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Why here do thing? Okay. If we wind this, what moves? Oh, that's super interesting. I can't type. Okay. Hold on, tab. Okay, but tab should actually, you know, move it or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to press this down. Okay. So that will have unwound whatever. I can't type anymore, but I can manually activate this. So what changes when I spin this? Because I think I saw something back here spinning. Yes, this moves. Okay. I think that... What is that? Hold on, that's possibly important. I'm not sure what this piece is. Is when I turn this, it gets pulled back down there. I think that's... What is that? Could that be the issue? That thing has shmoo on it. All right, hold on. Let's tab. Okay, that doesn't work. One moment. Ah. Hold on. I should do clears every time I press tab. That way it'll go farther. Clear, tab, clear, tab. Okay. Now, return. Okay. Now this thing, does that... Okay. So that also moves the gears, though. But that's interesting. And now I can type. See, this is where this is annoying. I don't know if it's the gears. I don't know if it's this thing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not this rail. So it's one of those, most likely. So what does that get hung up on, potentially? What's that thing?
Desiak gave a tier 1 gift sub to Fieldmaster. End of line.
Desiak, thank you for the gift and sub there. Seems like one of those things where in hindsight it would have been faster to disassemble it much further from the beginning. So, no. The more I mean, here, let me just give you one example of why you do not want to disassemble this any farther than you have to. Here are 1, 2, 3 different springs that are all different levels of tension and approximately the same size. I would have to document every single one of these to know exactly where they need to be put back as I disassemble it. Holy moly!
Spauken gave a tier 1 gift sub to Gizmo. End of line. Spauken gave a tier 1 gift sub to Santuna. End of line. Spauken gave a tier 1 gift sub to Muted Petways. End of line. Spauken gave a tier 1 gift sub to Inquiring. End of line.
Spooky, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. I really appreciate that. What was I gonna say? Brain, here, ding. Ding, 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 ding. I'm very tired today. So I'm not all here. I'm sorry. Someone says there's something springy, hook-looking thing. One of the things I'm seeing here that you can tell, yeah. Yeah, I'm tired. I don't know what this is. This is kind of weirding me out. On how on earth can I get this on camera? This bar right here. I don't know what this spring steel piece is.
I'm half here and half over the .u messy floor. End of line. Desiak gave a tier 1 gift sub to Programmer. End of line.
Girl spinning it on a fancy typewriter HPIB. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits, and Desiak, thank you for the gifted sub there. Hold Oh, I'm trying to catch up on. Oh, I know what it was. Old Master. Golf ball. So, fun story about the golf ball. Pretty much every single part of that concept existed back in the 1880s. You can look up the Hammond Half Moon typewriter, which, by the way, is ridiculous because the QWERTY keyboard was not like a standard yet. So it's like a hemicircle. It's kind of ridiculous keyboard. Anyway, had interchangeable type elements in the 1800s, and it used a rotating element to do that. I think there may have been 2 rows. I might be wrong, but that was also carried over into a couple of other things as well. So that concept has been around for a very long time. IBM didn't really invent anything here. It's just kind of cool. So I think even the Electrolux would struggle with the divided shelf. Yeah, gosh. Hammond made typewriters, so I believe it's a different Hammond. Yeah, pretty sure. All right, let me see if I can see what you saw as far as something spring-like here. I'm also concerned about this one because that spring is loose. Well, no, not hemispherical. I meant it's a semicircle, so it's half of a circle. Back when they really thought typewriters were going to have piano keys, essentially, because piano keys existed before alphabetic keys. So that was the way that typewriters were first being designed. What is that? Okay, so that's this. Interesting. I'm gonna press tab. Well, I'm gonna push this over. What all needs to be pressed over? So this. So there's like a couple of different things going on here. Oh, let me just press. Okay. Well, I don't know if it's this. It can't be this because that doesn't move when this should. So that's still, so it's not that. It is not that part. It can't be. Because that does not move now. Okay, so at least there's that. Do you have any of those typewriters that you used in court? Yes, a stenograph. Yes, I do. I think I have 2 of them. I have a pure mechanical one, and I also have one that does serial out. See, in the end of the bar that moves left to right, there's a hole. Yes, there actually is a spring or something connected to it. It's really difficult to see regardless of the awful bit rate. I think you can, yeah. Not to enter another Goodwill, anybody put odds on whether there's a 3D printer inside? So if spacebar doesn't work, then look over the bar that stops Striker before the carriage moves. Just look over the bar. So none of the keys, it's, here. Oh yeah, very different Hammond's end. So it's not that it actuates. That's the thing, Old Master. It actuates, but it doesn't move. So I have to apply pressure. And you might think it's just lubrication there, but that's really not it because I can press return and it moves just fine. Everything there is good. There's something about, well, this happens because it needs to be like rewound here. I'm not exactly sure what's causing it. Then it will actuate again. It's not anything to do with the striking. It's something to do with the horizontal movement. It's very weird. I'm not sure where the issue is. We could technically try to dismantle this thing because there's like a clamp here, but that seems like a really terrible idea. Goes one way only, check clutches. I mean, here's the thing. I think they're all inside of this, which I don't feel great about disassembling. It's this thing. Holy moly, I might have just found it. I may have just found it. That is a brake pressing against a spool that gets moved. What does this do? What happens when I press enter? Okay. So yeah, this spool moves when it should be. What is that hitting? It's funny how important gravity is in this thing. I can't get it to auto. Oh, there we go. Oh, I know what was happening. Oh, that got bent in slightly. Okay. If I return, this never moves. I feel like backspace. Backspace seems to work. What is that? Actually, I'd say backspace does work. But enter has also always worked. So, autospace, not working. Backspace, that seems pretty repeatable. Out of curiosity. Okay, so I can't backspace there. And then I gotta feed that. Okay, so this bends which way? Oh! Or... Oh, that's part of the shift system somehow. Interesting. there a lock keyboard function? No, it's not that. I'm pretty sure it's that it's got something holding it up somewhere. So that. You know what? Hold on. Can I get that to stay out? Yes. So confusing. So I can see when I try to type, it seems like it binds up slightly on the left. When I spin this, it slightly releases. Swiggles this whole mechanism. But I don't believe that should be related because it doesn't just move. Yeah, so then that does not fully rewind. Out of curiosity. So this, okay, there's more to it than just that.
Carataus 82S of as tier 1 and that's 2 years. How is this possible? Oh goody, when this is all fixed you can finally type that letter I wanted. End of line.
Cartos, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 24 months. There it is, 2 years. Thank you so much. So one
CHER 100 dot Shelby will be happy to type a letter dot and even happier to type an entire line of letters. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Clue said it works good at first and doesn't work in the middle. It only works good at first because I'm manually winding it. So here, now it doesn't work at all at the start because it hasn't been wound. I have to, so watch the left side here as I wind it. Come on, focus. So you'll see this bar moves over because it's not fully re-engaged yet. So I've now pre-tensioned this. So then as I type, it has tension to work with, but there, it's already lost the power to fully move. So I could push this more as I type to get it to go. But yeah, it's already weak. It does seem to be worse towards the middle, but it's still not right over on the left. And again, I don't think that's backspace. That was a very good thing to check. I don't think it's a lubrication thing for something like that. I really don't know what it is. It's so weird. I've already put 3-in-1 on the main shaft. I've already put that on there. That's not it. I will definitely say it has been over lubricated with the wrong kinds of stuff. So it's entirely possible that that is what's doing it. It would snag up because it wouldn't engage the pivot wheel on the gear you're poking. This, here's the problem. It's not really that gear. This is what I was trying to describe earlier, okay? I'm spinning this gear because it's the biggest one. But if I space forward a bunch, this gear spins 1, 2, 3, 4 different gears as it moves. It could be any one of those that's a source of friction. I don't know which one it is. They're all directly meshed together. This is the one that has the take-up spool. So it could be that. I don't know. Also, these are separate. I mean, as a different color plastic would indicate, but they are different. It's very, very weird. Looks like it's covered in bacon grease. It kind of does. It could be this, but again, it could be any one of them. I have dripped a little bit of 3-in-1 oil in there, though. It didn't help. Also, I'll say... Oh, now that's different. We haven't had it do this in a while. Well, it just jammed the keyboard. This was one of the things that I had wrong with it when I first got it. So this is in the wrong orientation. There we go. All right. Yeah, man. So I'll say this. When I space forward a bunch, this feels really loose. It does not take a tremendous amount of pressure to move that. So I don't think it's anything in that. Because I can move that and I can see the slack in the twine. It doesn't really move down there. So I don't think it's that. Bet it has a clutch. You can take shortcuts with IPA and 3-in-1. Yeah. Because you aren't wearing a tie. Don't worry, I got long hair. Hold on, I may have noticed something. Yes, there is a watch spring at the end of the take-up spool. I don't know what it does. But you see the gap between the two spools there? When I try to type, it seemed like that was pulled. Hmm. I don't really know what this interface is with. And yeah, I probably should put my hair up, but eh. So, there's a bar right there it catches on. And that's like cast into it. Well, not cast. It's the same piece of metal that's holding this. All right, I think I'm going to try and take this off. Spring looks like it turns the black spool. The string is around. Yeah. I think I'm going to try taking that off. This might be the point of regret. Removing a spring. What is this? That looks like there should be stuff. All right, let's see what happens. Put the print head all the way to the right. Oh, there it did open finally. Hold on. Wait, why won't it enter now? That did move, but it was very lazy. So I think in theory I can press tab, yeah, and slide that now. But because I didn't wind this, now it's not able to return. But then it still can't. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on. Wait a minute. So tab, slide this over. They both spun at the same time. But watch this. We're currently in a state where I cannot press enter to send it back because it has not fully reactuated yet, okay? When I move this gear to get it into the actuation point, this doesn't move. Can't press enter. So those do operate independently. Huh. Do you have some IPA between the black spool and the nylon section? I don't know. So pressing tab gives me a new option now since I cleared all the tab stops. Because when I press tab, I can now move the carriage by hand across the whole thing. So there are some friction points. Then I just have to push it back. That rewinds that. Tab to... Interesting. Yeah, but it's still not rewinding correctly. What's this? Why does this wiggle this thing? What's your deal? So that goes down. And it's not rewound. I can't press it. So when I push, hold on, I have this stupid camera problem. I would give up on having the camera on here because it's always awful, except there's literally no other option. No other way of doing what I do. There's none. It's so annoying to try and maintain this. Regular white nylon piece should halt. The black geared spool should continue. Yeah, maybe. There's another thing over here I want to show you in a second. It's somewhat related. When I manually press the carriage back, it winds this piece down. I feel like I'm about to break the camera at this point with how much pressure I have on here. I have a lock washer on here, and I feel like it's just compressed flat, and it's being completely useless. And what happens is there is a metal plate on here that holds the camera up, and it just, there's one bolt that goes into here, okay? I've complained about this many times. A tripod mount plate should have a secondary hole for an alignment peg to poke into, which prevents rotation. This does not have it. It's so stupid. It would literally be solved with drilling a hole in here. But the The tripod mount plate doesn't support it either. It's just very dumb. It's almost like they had the design idea in the 60s for how to do it, and then they all just forgot. Like, oh, what can we do to prevent it from turning around when it shouldn't? Oh, let's just put a small locking hole, the spring-loaded peg. Brilliant! And then everyone forgot. Tab to the far right, spudge the black geared section, see if it wants to move. I mean, that's the thing, it will, but that whole geared section will move. That's the problem. The entire thing will always move. So, tab, slide. It will move a little more because it has to reset this. So let me show you that really quick. So if I press enter, all right, we're now unset. We cannot type. No typey happening, okay? What happens, or at least one of the things, is there's a bar right here. Okay, this piece will go down as I rotate this. And then it's ready, and I can keep it going down. I don't know the function of this, or if it's in the correct place. Kind of looks like it probably is. It's not related to normal typing. I can press tab, let the thing slide over, and then when I press return, this will go back up. And then it does not reset. I cannot put enough force on this to make it do anything, so I think it's a side effect. What I have to do is feed the gear, which pulls that down. Will reset that bar if you're trying to wind the black gear? Yes. But again, that black gear turns a bunch of things. Turning that black gear turns the bar that we were looking at the start that slides horizontally. It's all so interconnected. I cannot find a single piece that does anything independently other than the black spool moving separate from the white one. Something on the platen interact with that? The platen's not even installed. I'm pretty sure not. I mean, we could install the platen and see if it, maybe it's, there are gears on that. I don't know if they're critical to this function. There's a gear on it. I doubt it's going to be the platen. I don't really want to put Loctite in it because the mount hole on the camera is not isolated from the body, and I don't want to like drip Loctite down into the camera. So, platen. Okay, so that bar will probably lock this, or it'll at least push it. Yeah, so that line feeds, but then it doesn't solve it. And then that's locked. Because the bar is still up, I have to then spin the gear. Then this is free. So yeah, the platen doesn't have anything directly to do with it. Look at the relationship between the black gear and the white nylon piece. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. So can't move that. So it's got to be the black one here. So we are transfer it to a TTY. It would have to work first, but no, because it's all super weirdly complicated. I cannot rotate that. I thought I could. Oh, wait, hold on. Return, tab to loosen it. Then I'll pull this forward. The white one can rotate back. And the spring interfaces against it, I'm pretty sure. I think that sound is the spring being wound, the clicking. I'm doing this because spinning this, no, that does not, that doesn't, this is weird. Hold on. I think I'm onto something here. Black gear is sticky in the white plastic. White piece, hit the end, stop. Rest of spinning force, translate. Yeah, maybe. What are we, gosh, how do I want to handle this? I feel like removing that screw is a very bad idea. So this, scratching up my thumbnail real bad. Okay, it's not ratcheting anymore there, but I still can't press enter. I feed that the rest of the way, then it goes. White part has a brake band. Brake band. I assume you don't mean the spring. Real nerves about whatever complicated stuff's going on in there and about unwinding the stuff. That seems like a nightmare. I can loosen the tension. Preventing the big metal claws from turning the main. This? It's, that never turns. It's got this metal piece here that is the exact same part. So from this all the way up to this is one piece. So this is one piece of stamped steel, and there's a tooth that is interlocking with it here. So unless this piece moves in and out, which I don't think it can do because there's nowhere for it to go, this is not supposed to move. Now it's possible that this white mark here is indicating the amount of tension, and you can do something to change the tension. I'm not exactly sure how you would do that. Check if it pushes in so it disengages. It does not, because it hits the white gear. It's flush with the white gear along the top, so there's no space to move it. Might be his Neanderthals bending the pins. Ugh. That would be very, very difficult, because it's not just the pins. We would then have the tabs we would have to get over, unless you mean this one. That I don't think I'm going to bend. That's very thick. Hello, Mute Solo. Let's hold on. Behind the end plate. Looks like a band. End plate. So this... I don't think so. So the flat spring, excuse me, it's supposed to be on the outside of the bottom part. On top. I don't believe, you mean this one, this part right here? Because that I don't know. Yes, it does go outside of that right there. I have no idea. I'm going to go with yes. It looks like it's bent over, and that is how it grips the outside of this. It's the whole spring. No, it does not push inward at all. Nothing pushes on that at all. Those fingers press directly against the spool itself, so it cannot go in any farther. I don't think it's the screw. So yeah, it cannot go in because it presses against that. So the whole spool would have to move, and there's no space behind the spool for it to go because it goes right up against stuff. I would not be surprised if it's somehow this area. This would make sense to me based on the symptoms. But this is one of those very difficult areas to work on without knowing what you're doing. By knowing what you're doing, I mean know how the mechanism goes together before you take it apart so you can put it back together correctly. Does said stuff move? I mean, everything moves. That's the thing. It moves all fine. I mean, here, I'll press tab. Look, it all moves. It does not move on its own all the time. Like here, I'm not actually going to be able to press enter because I need to like wind this or something. Which, by the way, only the black gear is moving. There we are. That typewriter scared me? Yeah, exactly. Look for witness marks on the bottom pin. It's one of the set once type things. Bottom pin. You mean this? Oh, from like having been bent with a... No. No, there's nothing. And again, that's really thick steel. You're like... It would be equivalent to bending this piece right here. It's very, very thick. I'm not going to be able to do that with just pliers. That's really tough. All right. Do we try... You're saying IPA. I've never put IPA on stuff like this. Try to put it in between the gear or the spools and then 3-in-1 oil chaser. Do we try that? Don't do that? Okay. Smooth between the white piece and black gear. Okay, here's what we're going to do. So I can gap this a little bit. And then I have a needle applicator IPA, got 91% in here. No, just IPA. Oh, okay. So we'll try just putting IPA in here. And it's like coming right out the bottom. It's so easy to get bit by this thing. Maybe? I'm still having to manually push it back. If IPA breaks it, all you do is wait for it to evaporate. Oil is harder to remove. Yeah. Try stalling the white piece. So that is not rewound. So it can't go back. So then I have to press it. Yeah, so we're still having the same issue with the return winding. It's like we might have two issues. Use compress air to blow out the dissolved stuff. That's a good idea. Gonna go through a lot of IPA. That's a fun whistle. There's a hole in the white piece. Yes, there's a hole where the like aglet for the twine goes into. Try through the hole. Might allow air. Can. It looks solid, but nah. Yeah, see, that's still not going all the way. It's not returning. This might be better. The forward motion might be better, but it's not fixing that at all. So I think this is supposed to keep spinning back after it stops. So, no. Tab, it moves, but then it still needs to be wound back. So wobbling of the frame. Wobbling of the frame. No. You mean this? is it does that. That's just because it doesn't have feet on it. Yeah, that's fine. When in doubt, add more alcohol. Horse for baking cakes. Gosh. Going through the hole does have it leak out the bottom. So that's doing something. This doesn't go all the way. Is it this? No, I can't push. Well, that does something. It pushes back now. Yes. So this rack does need, could the string just be stretched? If you still need to wind it, maybe. Oh, that's interesting. Wait. That, I guess I haven't tried that before. Why can't I keep going down? There's no index key. Oh, actually, we're not fully resetting. I can't type. So no, we're still not actually making any progress. I still have to wind this gear. And it seems to lose it every time enter is pressed. Simple green bath. Okay, so that has not reset enter. I can't do it again. If I push... Can't push that bar over. There's a thing here I can. Okay. What is stuck over here, though? That's so much force to do that. I feel like it's probably not a spring, but maybe. So it could be this spring, technically. So if I press... So I'm going to press enter. Okay, you'll see this will go out. Okay, and then this has to come back. That feels terrible. But I think that also moves all the gearing. So it kind of does a lot. That feels fine. That spring would technically help a little. So maybe this could be good. I don't think so. There's also this right here, which is definitely good. Pulling that, just move the black gear, both the white one. Moving this only moves the black gear. And I can't move that on its own. This does something to release it. This requires a pretty considerable amount of force. So you can see how much it's bending the spudger to push that back. But we just figured out, got carried away, that it's bad. It don't work right. Not really much else. So if I put some amount of constant pressure on there, the problem is this moves a whole bunch of junk. It's, again, it's all interconnected. So this toothed bar here, that's moved by that. As well as that thing that locks the platen, but I think I can. No, not that one. Where is it, that one? I don't even know. No, it's not that one. Man. Feels like the black gear is getting dragged too much. I don't know what I can do about that. If only I could remove this, I could see a little better. That does not seem like it's easily removable. See, it's this. And that's what's getting jammed. All the way over there, jeez. Again, that goes across the entire thing. Oh, well, that's new. What'd I break? Okay. Yeah, enter's still not working. Wow, that's new. This needs to move over. No, that's down. Oh, this is strange now. What? Huh. I might have just changed the dynamics here. Needs to go back. Doubt it's this piece. What is that? So I pull. Ow. Don't do it that way. I got to hold this? What? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I've discovered a clutch. So, this gear and this gear kind of spin together, but then if I hold the twine, this also looks a little rough here. This angling doesn't seem ideal. Maybe it's normal. So that string must be pulled in order to actuate it. That pulls the black gear forward. The white gear does not move. It doesn't feel like there's assistance. There's definitely resistance, and it's kind of lumpy. So, spinning the white gear might just be a side effect. Because I'm now thinking, in theory, I could hold that. Spin only the black one? Not really. Huh. so weird. Would just be the spring, maybe some sort of clutch inside? Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. This white piece solely just hold the spring and have no other action. I don't know. Well, actually, I can confirm it's the white piece only that I think winds it. It could be part of the shaft. So we're currently, I can't press enter, and I can turn, I thought I could turn that to wind it. Never mind. If I pull this over, I can. That might be unrelated. Was the black piece spinning when I did that? No. So if I press enter, this thing is super weird. Can you check the resistance? Not really. Because everything is always connected all the time. There's no taking anything out of circuit to test without dismantling something horrid. That's the problem. There is one thing I could do. I really can't put that on its side like that. Put it on this corner. I could try and get light dab of oil on the main shaft to the left of the spring where the black gear. So you're saying here? Because what I was thinking is I could hold it up like this and then put IPA in here, and then it would drizzle down into the black gear. So I could probably get IPA into the black gear from there. Yeah, I think I think I want to try this. Doesn't seem to be helping. All right, we can try oil on the other side, I guess. Also, does it reset on return if you hold it that way up on its side? So it would be Oh, it's really hard on that side because they have the power cable coming directly out of that corner, so I can't hold it up on that corner. You want me to hold it so that the gears are on the bottom. Into the bronze-looking spring. I can do that. I'm gonna run it a couple of times after doing that, though, first. Try not to get a power cable. Screw it. Just get IPA over all this stuff. Gears at the top, the way you had it held. Oh, platen being on the... no, it didn't really help. So the thing is you're saying, hold it up like this. All right. It cannot pull the carriage up, no matter what. So, tab, I have to assist it there. It also does not rewind enter. I have to push on that. So, it's just stuck. Now, if I try and hold it the other way, I can press tab, but then I still have to pull it up. But that shows you how strong the motor is. It can very easily, once it's wound, pull it back up. It sounds so quiet when I hold it. Drop the whole thing in and walk away. I kind of want to, but it also needs an agitator. Man. It's not carriage location thing, it's a spring tension. Maybe. Maybe it is just the spring. Yeah, but the other thing is why does it not return? Oh, well, of course it does that time. And for the last 15 minutes, well, we're not gonna probably get much done during that time. So are you saying this spring should be responsible for pulling the carriage the whole way? Is that what you're saying? Yes. All right, we're going to try something dumb. Let's do the bad thing in the last possible time. How did that change literally nothing? Nothing is different. No, it still doesn't move. There's no compression space anywhere for it to press in. I have no idea what that did, if anything. I think there is a shaft inside that has a beveled edge that fits into this. I know, Gadget Blues, I don't have good internet options. No, Season B, it's like a 16th inch or 1/8 inch, maybe actually, piece of steel that's bent. It cannot be moved. Is the support, the screw tightens into part of the chassis? No. No, what I'm saying is I can remove the screw right now. It will make no difference. I can leave it running. Do whatever I want. It doesn't matter. I think there's a shaft that is held in on the other side, but there's no... There's a nut, maybe, that holds it down, and that it does not matter. Removing that does literally nothing. Oh, that? No, that's...
Douglas McDodgerson gave a tier 1 gift sub to Mr. Light. End of line. Douglas McDodgerson
Oh my gosh.
gave a tier 1 gift sub to Peter Wilkie. End of line. Douglas McDodgerson gave a tier 1 gift sub to Redabrock. End of line.
It's...
Douglas McDodgerson gave a tier 1 gift
This,
sub to
to this,
End of
to
line.
this...
Douglas McDodgerson
Sorry.
gave a tier 1 gift sub
All
to
one piece.
Douglas McDodgerson gave a tier 1 gift sub to the Wallohops. End of line. Douglas McDodgerson gave a tier 1 gift sub to VR Mechatronics. End of line.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Douglas McDodgerson gave a tier 1 gift sub to WINGZERO 500. End of line. Douglas McDodgerson gave a tier 1 gift sub to Foxwood. End of line. Douglas McDodgerson gave a tier 1 gift sub to SKULLM 3AT. End of line.
Dogface, thank you for the 10 gifted subs there. Holy moly. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I could unbolt this piece, but it would also require removing the twine. Just the black teeth thing that holds the spring. Is there a little tab at the bottom that can be bent? No. Well, I'm saying... It's this. It is one solid piece from the part that holds the whole thing up to right here. And it is extremely tough, thick metal. It is not meant to be bent. So that is what holds that in place. But yeah. I take spice runs on twine, yeah. Wait, 9 Tango, did you really? Juki, Sierra, JK. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Because that would be nuts. Man. If it wasn't for like the weird internal geared nonsense, I feel like it would be possible. But there's clearly something inside of there that's we can't get to. Oh, yeah, I can kind of show you what I was talking about. So if we look through this side here, I believe that blurry blob, that nut right there is what's holding the shaft that holds the 2 spools that take up the twine in. So I would have to remove that screw on the outside and then remove that nut. And then it might like tip out and slide out. I don't know. Pliers on the arm bent just enough and bent back. Yeah. Get real messy real fast. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That is like all in to try and move that piece. I don't think it's elongated hole. I think it's just 2 separate ones. Yeah, I agree. If it was an elongated hole, it could seem like it could be moved. But I'm pretty sure it's just, yeah, it's 2 separate ones. Hmm. Undo the nut. Not with 5 minutes left. I don't think so. I don't want to leave it even more disassembled than I started. It's already pretty bad that it's been sitting around like this for like 2 weeks or whatever. I know you got to be a taxi. All right, see you later. Thanks for chiming in so much. Oh, I don't think I've seen that one before. There's a real big spring that goes the whole way across. I have no idea if I could get it on camera. Oh, right there. There we go. That's it, right here. This thing. I don't know what that does. So, tab. Okay, well, it doesn't move with the carriage. And then I press this back, and it doesn't do anything with that. Press enter. What the heck is that for? I have no clue what that thing does. Huh. And in the world of just what were they thinking, again, I don't know if I can get this to show up on camera. Kinda. There's a spring crammed in the tab stop pins for some reason. So these, if I turn this on, press tab to get the whole thing all the way over, these get pushed out when you set a tab, and then they get pulled back when you don't. So anyway, I'm guessing the spring is there to provide friction or something. But still, they just crushed it down in there. I don't think that one's critical, but that's still a weird solution. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Were too many springs what we should do with them? Yeah. I think this is providing tension for these pins so they don't just slide back and forth. I think that's what that's there for. So I think all this does is just keep these from sliding out. Overnight bath and Kugon. Yeah, I think what it would need to be is like, it needs to be a C3PO, just like submersion bath for sure. Now, if I could give it a heated oil bath overnight, I totally would. It may not be great for the electronic parts, but I don't know. Well, yeah, we're not really any farther along. What did we learn? Other than the spools move independently, I don't think it's the spring. I mean, maybe it's the, I don't know. So frustrating. I didn't say it'd be overnight. Let me clean my hands off. IPA, yeah, sure. It seems like hand cleaner. There we go. I live in Arizona. I always have dry hands. All right. Well, we didn't really make any progress. I really don't know where to go from here. Man. It is difficult to plan a course of action on this. I'm glad it kind of works. I could use it for a demonstration in a video, but it is definitely not usable. It's so frustrating. The really dumb thing is that I could fix it by just putting a giant spring across here so that it always pulls as I'm typing, and then just add like one of those return levers as if it was like an old mechanical typewriter, just chunk-ting. It would function perfectly if I did those two things. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to walk around to go click the outro button, so I'll be right back. All right. Outro, and then I'm gonna have to walk back around when I want to press the printer button. Okay, so I have no idea when we're gonna get back to this thing, because at this point I don't really have a strong clue of what's wrong with it. Really don't have any leads to chase, so I don't know. But yeah, we'll probably get back to it at some point, but I'm not making any guarantees now, because yeah, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I can try and find some documentation. I'm not gonna find some documentation. It took me years to just find the stupid thing to begin with. I don't know. Kept waiting to see if you got frustrated enough to brute force bend that tab out of the way. No, I mean, it just ain't gonna happen. That's, to give you an idea how thick that metal is, that's how thick the metal was on the original Hydro Thunder throttle bracket that I had to recreate. I doubled the thickness from there, but this was designed to be, it was that same thickness designed to handle the like thrashing on it. It's real tough metal. So yeah, drop it in the ultrasonic cleaner. It will not fit. Half of it would fit at a time, but no, it won't fit. Although it'd be the half that doesn't have the electronics in it. Oh well. Needs all lube washed out. Yeah, I think that is. Yeah. I don't know. All right, well, we're gonna have to wrap it up from here. So thank you all for being here and hanging out. I really do appreciate it, especially with something like this where just bouncing stuff off of you guys helps a tremendous amount, so I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. But that is going to be it for today. So if you enjoyed this stream, then you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next, which will be in 20 hours from now, tomorrow. If you want to help support the channel, you can find me on Patreon or get a shirt like this one, but that'll be it for now, and I'll see you next time. Now I gotta go walk over to the computer to press the print button so you guys can see like a printout. All right, bye.